Good afternoon, everyone. First, I would like to say thank you to the people who took the time to sign their petitions so that the government understands the people's cries to the Foggo Urgent Care Center remaining open. St. David's and St. George's in particular say a hearty thank you to our hero, MP Lavita Foggo, our call on this very important matter. Without her help, there would have been no meeting and Bermuda would not have understood our position. Also, thanks to MP De Silva for saying yes to our invitation to speak at the town hall meeting and to help. The Foggo Center has provided a much-needed medical service to us in the East End and has been shared to Bermudians all over the island as well. Because it is so important, we thought it necessary to march today because we want you to know, Minister Gordon and Premier Kenneneer, that our desire to make sure this urgent care center remain open will not go away. In other words, 6 months is not an option. I don't want to be back here. We do not want to be back here in 6 months. It has been a godsend to those of us who have had to use it. Thank you. I have several letters here, which I will present to you about very personal, which you have in your hand, thank you. Here, about very personal accounts of people that I will give, well, which you have, so that you can appreciate why we want to accept this facility, why we expect this facility to continue to provide the public service so vital and needed in our community. I cannot end without saying that even the name of their center has a very, very special meaning to those of us who are from St. David's. And this, coupled with the much-needed service it provides, will forever be a reason why we will stand united to keep this public facility open. Thank you to all of the people of Bermuda who have made certain that the importance of the urgent care center be known. Thank you, MP Foggo, for your diligent work, and thank you for all your listening ears.
I present to you this.
Louder. Put it right in your
I
mouth.
present to you this document in protest against the Foggo, Foggo facilities on behalf of my wife and myself and all the people who are concerned about the potential closing of the facility.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Good day, folks. The Premier has been handed the petitions. And I just want you to know that the gentleman who handed it to him, he is a constituent of 3, but it is his wife who did write up the petition, which is why he handed them over to you. And I just want to acknowledge some folks who worked very hard to get this petition signed. Mr. Roque, Mrs. Tyrrell in particular, and Mr. Attorney Foggo, they worked tirelessly to ensure that these petitions were signed. But there are many other members of the community from St. George's through to Somerset who did help as well. And because of their efforts, I want to tell you, Mr. Premier, you are now holding a sum total of 4,996. It was 4,996 signatures.
We have many tough decisions that we must make coming in 2014. But I can assure you that this was not a tough decision for us to make. It was very easy to look at and know that the Foggo unit must stay open. That's why I made the proclamation yesterday. That's why I had the press conference yesterday. After taking a look, listen up, after taking a look at the realities of what I hold in my hand, you can be assured that I, as the Premier, will continue to have the Foggo unit open. Okay? Please understand, you have my word. You can't get any more word than in the public of this forum right now. So you must understand that the Foggo unit will continue on. This is of grave concern for all of us. This is of grave concern to all of us. And now, having 5,000 petitions in front of me, we will continue to have the Foggo unit open. Okay? You had that? As we move forward for the solutions going forward, this must be consultative. And I believe that in the process of this here, there was no consultation. And there was error in no consultation. So as we go forward, we need to consult to ensure that the East End is supplied with a unit that will meet the needs of the people, health-wise. Okay? So I thank you very much for these petitions. I have given you my proclamation concerning this matter, and thank you very much.
People of Bermuda, I want you to shout to the top of your lungs that we have a victory.
Good afternoon, everybody. As the Minister of Health, I stand here listening to each and every one of your voices with respect to the decision that was taken by the BHB. You will know that when I spoke to Parliament last week, I gave them a commitment that notwithstanding what the BHB needed to do, that we would find a solution that was acceptable on a going forward basis. The information that came to us from the BHB indicated that they cannot afford to run the center. And when they told us that, and they said that they would have to close it down, my first commitment straight away, as I indicated last week in the ministerial statement, was that we would ensure that an alternative option will be implemented in order to ensure that there is medical service available to the people of the East End. That was the commitment that I made then, and that is the commitment that I make today, that the center, as the Premier has said, will not close. It will not perhaps operate in the manner in which it is now is operating, but it will be left open. Thank you.
I know that I should have been yielding to the MPs of the area, but they don't seem to want to talk. Let me say this. What a proud day it is for MP Foggo and I to be here. The fact that you had bonded together as a people to instill the confidence amongst your peers, your friends, your family, that no one can stop you from doing what you set your mind to do. MP Foggo and I, when we first heard the news, was a sad day for Bermuda. To say to us in Parliament that $250,000 is going to close that urgent care center and turn 6,000 people a year away was a travesty. let me say this. To the Premier, I thank you for taking the bold step. You're 5 weeks late, Premier. 5 weeks late. The moment that was announced, you should have stuck your chest out and said no. But we've had to rely on you folks today to drive the point home that you will not stand for any decisions that put you at a distinct disadvantage, whether it be Foggo or in the future we have a SAGE report that to me is going to demand many of your input going forward. I just would like to say, as I close, I'm very proud of not all of you that are here today, but all of those, I think it was 4,900 people that signed the petition to keep the Foggo Care Center open.
I'm going to see. So, you did ask to hear from. You asked to hear from every household. Thank you. I want to say publicly a thank you to Lavita Foggo. She's taken the time, she's made the
All I can say to you all is thank you for coming out and making certain that your voices have been heard, either by marching or by signing the petition produced by Mrs. Carolyn Pitt, or by both. You now know that if you stand together across any sort of political lines, you can get the result you're looking for. So you the people, you have one today. And remember, the power is within your hands because you hold us all to account.